This is Barnstable Today for Friday, May 15th. Welcome aboard. I'm Mark Mumford, and please keep in mind that the meetings we cover are available on demand at the town's website, town.barnstable.ma.us.
The drama club at Barnstable High School makes an impact at Barnstable Superior Court. That's our focus. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kevin Friel.
That was the subject of some special recognition at this week's school committee meeting.
And to start off, we have a recognition for Mr. Sullivan and a number of students who were involved in the 105th anniversary of the Barnstable Superior Courthouse. What did I say?
105th.
150th. Excuse me. The medication's kicking in tonight. So we have Mr. Sullivan and Judge Rufo with us this evening. Welcome, gentlemen.
Good evening. How are you? Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. My name is Robert Rufo. I'm an associate judge of the Superior Court here in Barnstable County. Regularly sit in the Barnstable Superior Court, a resident of Harwich, with Dr. Patty Grenier. And let me start off by just thanking Dr. Grenier, who opened the door to us as we were trying to reach into the 15 school systems here on Cape Cod. And only one school system responded, and that was Barnstable. And I want to thank Dr. Grenier publicly for opening the door to allow me to meet this gentleman, who I had never met before in my life, but now we're like attached at the hip, Mr. John Sullivan, who was the drama teacher extraordinaire, as I called him, during the course of the performances. And our goal was to celebrate the 150th anniversary, which is called the sesquicentennial of the Superior Court. And we had our Chief Justice, Barbara Rouse, come down from Boston, and Judge Gary Nickerson, who I regularly sit with at the court, was in attendance at the performances. And let me just say that I was so impressed with the students and the caliber of the participation that we had from the Barnstable High School students. Many of them are here tonight, some are not. That I wanted to take time to tell you that. Because John Sullivan is certainly the brains behind the operation, but the kids just rose to the occasion that we were trying to depict, which was to show off, if you will, what the Superior Court does on a day-to-day basis. And we had a criminal vignette, which was an actual case tried here in Barnstable County, and we had a civil vignette dealing with an old contractual theory of recovery called quantum meruit. We don't use law too often, too often in the law, and I noticed that there's some Latin scholars here that are going to be recognized after us. So quantum meruit is a theory of recovery in the law that dates back to the old English common law. So John took these two very boring legal cases and transformed them into two skits that lasted about 20 minutes each. And our assistant superintendent, Marie, was there as well and saw the performances. And they were really wonderful and remarkable. And I had a chance to participate a little bit.
Of course, Barnstable High School's John Sullivan has built a reputation on coming up with unique dramatic presentations.
This was an interesting occurrence because I had never really dealt with the law before.
Thank goodness.
Ralph, you've never seen me. You didn't see me. And so I had to figure out how to find a way into these cases that would actually make the students, A, stay awake when we're talking about it, and be interested enough to be engaged to ask questions about it afterwards. So it really took about a month. I would sit in my couch in my office with the lights off, going, okay, how am I going to do this? How do you make DNA evidence funny, and or how do you make one guy suing another guy funny, and slowly it came to me, and meanwhile I was doing The Hobbit. So, but the whole thing came around, and the kids which were chosen to be in the thing, and they memorized their lines very quickly, and we only had one rehearsal. We had a full day rehearsal, and we were off and running. And we had two policemen from the Barnstable Police force join us, and a real judge and a real lawyer, well, a real retired judge and a lawyer, and they all became part of the show. And I think probably Jason, who can probably only pronounce the Susquehanna hat shop, I don't know, whatever.
He can say sesquicentennial.
Sesquicentennial, better than anybody else. But he'll give you probably a better idea of how the show went. Okay? And Jason's the president of the drama club.
Hi, good evening. And yeah, it was the sesquicentennial anniversary, which
I could type it, I can't say it.
and the whole experience was really good. And we had met back in I don't even
Last
know
June.
last June just to discuss it, and he said he wanted to do something, and we didn't know what, and we knew we wanted to make it fun because you have to keep the kids' attention or else it's no good. But we also wanted to have enough information and knowledge that they'd be getting something out of it. So we had to combine the two, and that's where he wrote the script. And from there, the first few rehearsals, it was kind of rough because we'd read through it, and it was a lot of law and not fun stuff. So we were reading it, and it's like, okay, how can we make this funny? And it became a lot of physical comedy, too, with Harry and Luke, who were in it, and all these kids were in it, and it turned out to be a great experience for the audience, and they would ask many questions, and every time we had a show, we'd add more and more to make it funny and keep it moving, and every time we did it, it just got better.
The show got progressive.
Judge Rufo then offered up some tangible recognition for the students who donated their time and talent to marking Barnstable Superior Court's 150th anniversary.
And just to cap off, and I know you have a full agenda, over 2,300 students saw this performance on April 14, 15, and 16. So it was the week before school vacation, and the kids really worked hard just before they were getting ready to go on school vacation. So I was at Barnstable High for those 3 days and saw and participated in the performance. So let me start off by recognizing Jason Picella, for the president of the Drama Club. Let's hear it for Jason. Thank you.
Jason, would you mind just everybody stay right up here in the front?
Caitlin Gardapi. Caitlin played one of the lawyers. She was better than half the lawyers who appear before me every day. Emma Charpentier. Thomas Myers, who's the incoming president of the Drama Club. Luke Fader, who did a great job in the civil vignette. Harry O'Toole, who played a lawyer as well and did a great job. Michelle McGaughy, who played the bailiff in the court. Michelle did a great job as well. Chad Goddard, who was the brains behind the operation in terms of all the special effects and did a great job with that. Chad. And additionally, they weren't able to be here. I'm going to give these to Mr. Sullivan. Isaiah Vogelli, who played Officer Krumke, did a great job with that. Steve Beers, who was up in the control room. Evan Hausman, who played one of the lawyers. C.J. Siacurry as well.
Backstage, yeah.
Backstage. And that's it. So thank you for the opportunity to thank the kids.
Just a reminder, you can find the school committee meetings available on demand at the town's website, town.barnstable.ma.us.
Meanwhile, there are no meetings on the town calendar this evening.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Kevin Friel.
We'll meet you right back here on Monday. I'm Mark Mumford.